All right, Ketch. All right, Sach. Welcome to the Brownload, everybody. Welcome. We are
Hello.
Online, but together, united as the three of us, but via online services. Why are we separate today? Is it a blame Kedge? Is it a blame Kedge, or should we be in the flesh?
I think it's a bit of everybody. We just couldn't organise one timing for everybody.
No. It's a blame Kedge.
It's a blame Kedge, isn't it?
It's a blame Kedge. Yeah.
How is it even?
Because he gave us times that he was like, okay. Then I was like, okay, it's a bit late, but I'll make it work. And then all of a sudden he changed it again, and then he changed it again. So I was like, no, let's just stick to.
It's only because Grandad Sach can't stay out for longer than. Do you know what I mean? Like Cinderella Sach can't stay out longer than 10 o'clock, even though he doesn't wake up as early as I do.
Because, what do you mean?
Because you're like, well, I can't do a late one. I was like, I'll be there at Tommy's at 8:30, but half an hour difference, and that's it. Cinderella Sach, you know what I mean? It starts turning into the beast after 10.
Not even that. I just know that even though you turn up at 8:30, you gas for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, he does. He does do that.
And then he had the cheek to tell me over the phone yesterday, oh, by the way, you and Tommy can just gas, and then I'll come and we'll just record. I was like, bro, walk the gas up.
Yeah.
No, because Tommy is the other gasser, and so therefore, if you can extract the gas from him before I come, then there's nothing to chat to me about.
I'm not there to extract gas. Tommy, am I the gas extractor?
No, exactly. And what it is, Sach respects the fact that I'm like a natural gas reserve. He doesn't want to kind of dip into me, whereas he'll frack the jitter off of you. He will frack you up and just get in there but what you come actually, you're like a gas spill. Kid, you like a gas?
Yes, he is.
He just comes,
leak. It's a leak.
He just starts. Whereas you got a drill for me. You got to go. So you got what's going on, Tommy? I go, all right. This I could tell you property stories. I could tell you kids stories. I could tell you work stories. I could tell you comedy stories.
I'm not there to tell stories. I'm just there to do what we need to do.
Do the podcast, right? Whereas Kedge will come in and go, my word, Arsenal, who do they think they are? No, did you see them? And it'll be like that. And then that'll be 20 minutes of your life gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it'll go, did you see on channel 7,426 a documentary about the Gujarati townel explosion in California?
That's what I mean.
Amazing.
So that 9:30 will easily turn into 8:30. Sorry, will easily turn into 9:30.
10.
By the time we finish, it's 10. By the time it takes me an hour to get home, so that's 12 o'clock. You see what I mean? So it's just we might as well just
do it. DJ. You might as well DJ for us while you. It's a DJ night. It's a set.
Exactly. So yeah.
But listen, forget all that. Forget all the big news. The big news in our world. There is actually nothing else to gas about today, other than right now, this week, we have a brand new Prime Minister.
We do.
It's nice news, man. It's Liz Truss, and I'm saying it like that because I feel like, again, podcasts are going to go down in history forever. This will be living as a little bit of archive, digital archive, forever. So there'll be years to come. People might look up these British Asians and what was going on in our podcast and go, wow, that was the moment. We announced this week, brand new Prime Minister. What's she going to achieve? What's she going to do? Who knows what her legacy will be? You think back to all the names. You think back to Winston Churchill. You think back to Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, John Major, Margaret Thatcher, even Boris Johnson. There was Tamasha. What's going to be? Yeah. Truss is Tamasha. That's hard to say, by the way. Truss Tamasha. Truss tomatoes. But she's actually, we've been hearing all this week, deliver. That's what she's out to do.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe she should actually help the Royal Mail out and just deliver.
Yeah. Okay.
Just deliver anything.
Has anyone had any post?
Little. But I don't know why they don't just get Amazon to run the post, because you order with Amazon, it's there within 20 minutes. I'm telling you that, it's on its way. It's dispatched. It's outside.
But post is weird, because I've been getting parcels, but no letters. How's that work?
Oh, okay.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So even today, parcels turned up, but letters. Well, I ain't seen no letters in about 2 weeks.
So the postman's got his hands on your package, but he hasn't got his hands on.
He hasn't got on the
little ones. Yeah, he just wants the big stuff. But look, if Liz is in, that means, sadly, we haven't got our first Punjabi Prime Minister. As we now know, yes. We haven't got old Rishi. We haven't got no Sunak. That would have been the tune.
And it's not even, we've not got Rishi man's been permanently dashed. We ain't going to see this cat now for years. He's going to be on like panel TV shows and stuff. I think.
That. I mean, he didn't have. He's not that exciting. He's not that funny. You know, he was straight down the middle, and he kind of bodged it. You know, his team.
Why? Why did he bodge it, Kate?
Well, just it was just. You could just tell that there was a couple of what do you call it, debates that they did, and he didn't handle it correctly. Certain things he said, and and that was it. And he just came across wrong. Do you know what I mean?
She didn't even shake his hand yesterday, innit? That was a big thing.
Well,
when it got announced.
So, but hold on. When you said they've dashed him, but won't she pick him as like? Don't you think she'll pick him as like the Chancellor or anything?
No, I don't think she is. I think she's made it clear that she's not. He's got nothing to do with it anymore. So
does this mean that there's going to be this massive cut of Desi's?
Well, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Priti Patel's
gone.
Sajid Javid's gone.
Sajid's gone. Yeah, he went ages ago. No one, and that's the thing. No one's even called him back. So you know how bad they got.
Zahawi.
Oh, we see. I think he's still knocking around, but I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the Asian uptake is going to decrease massively.
It was a bit like EastEnders when we had Geeta and Sanjay, and then that's it. They dashed them after a few years.
Yeah.
Done the thing. Gone.
That's sad. That's
they'll
sad.
Replace him. They'll need replacement brown characters in the soap opera of the House of Commons and House of Parliament.
I mean, I'd got the marquee ready, Trafalgar Square, Garba, Dandiya, all of that was going to be happening. It was all ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Free Hokka out the streets of Ealing Road. And it's just like, I can't believe that it just all got ruined, didn't it? It's all got ruined.
But are you happy? Are you happy that he's third Rishi?
I don't care.
You don't care?
It doesn't make any
You sound so sad. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. What does it do? What does it do to my life? Nothing.
Well, it's the Prime Minister who's running your country.
Yeah, but they've all had an issue doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like we might as well put Sach in charge. Who cares? Like, do you know what I mean? Sach, even if Sach stands there, delivers a speech on the ones and twos and just mixes for 20 minutes of question time, fine. Go for it.
At least I would have done something, entertained you.
The country would still be in the same mess that we are in now.
You're not on your own there, Kedge, because 20% of the Tory constituency, or whoever they are, the people that could have voted, 20% of them didn't vote for. So they only got 80% of the actual votes that they could have got. So that's from Tory party members, because it's the members who vote, right, for their new leader.
So the 20% didn't vote, and the number of people who actually voted, right, for this leadership was actually less than the number of people who went to the 2019 Papa John's Trophy final.
What? Was that run by the Tories?
The number of people, no, but just I'm saying, like, exactly what is the Papa John's Trophy? Exactly, it's like the lowest tier level football trophy that they do for the lowest level teams,
right?
And yet more people went to the 2019 Papa John's Trophy final than the people who voted for the country's next Prime Minister. I'll just leave that stat there for you.
Do you think if Papa John's was running for Prime Minister,
my God.
Does Papa John actually exist, or is that like a fictional character?
He must do, because he just released the stuffed crust, the Papa John's pizza today with pepperoni. So he's still going.
That's old, isn't it?
Hold on, what bits of pepperoni in the stuffed crust?
Yeah.
That's old, bruv. Pizza, I've been doing that for years.
They stuck a sausage in it. They stuck a sausage ring in it.
Papa John's is just, maybe just throwing some light, saying, look, I'm still working.
But so what? You're telling me 20% of the MPs that should have voted didn't do their job?
20% of the ones that did, they didn't vote. They didn't vote.
I think that's the problem with everyone at the moment. They're not doing their job, because everyone just seems to be kicking off about everything. So the other day we had people blocking a dairy place where milk comes out of the factory. That
was the vegan brigade.
They were the vegan. Yeah. Then there was the Extinction Rebellion, went and stuck himself to the House of Commons or something, wasn't it?
The chair. Yeah, the Speaker's chair.
In the Speaker's chair. Like, how? Number one, how did you even get in there?
Yeah, they posed as tourists. They got themselves in posing as tourists, and then.
And that's what I mean. I think we've got to a point now where we've just come where people just don't want to do their job, and it's annoying now. Just go and do your job.
Yeah, I think everyone now
Are you still annoyed that we want more bank holiday, Sach? Is this the roll on from that?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I did get a bit of backlash from that. People were actually saying to me, "What, do you want people to work more?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do, because everyone's lazy. Go and work."
What I mean, we could have had Sach as Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah. But can you imagine all the policy? Nah. Well, what's your reason, Mr. Prime Minister? No, I don't fancy it. Sounds crap.
It's funny that you talk about how no one wants to work and everything like that.
No one wants to work.
Just the other day, it was just yesterday, I think it was. This morning, did you see that? In a real weird sort of like Netflix kind of program.
This morning, as in Schofield and Ollie.
Yeah, Holly. They were giving away spin the wheel prize, either £1,000 or they were giving pay your electricity bills.
For how long?
For 4 months.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, what is this? That, do you know what I mean? That's like some sort of Netflix program.
You would be actually annoyed if you got £1,000 in that scenario.
Oh my God, absolutely.
So that's what we've come to. That's where we're at right now with price
we are living in.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking about it, the National Lottery, I don't know, on a random day, like a Thursday, be like, we'll pay for your electricity for a year, mate. Win that.
Yeah.
Get the numbers. That's your prize.
Win the heating of your house this winter.
I think it's a good little dealio.
But it kicked off. People complaining, going, you can't do this, and you got, like a lot of people getting annoyed with it. But I just like Sat said, this is the state of affairs. This country seems run down, doesn't it? It's properly just run down.
We are. What were you calling it? Third world Britain.
Third world Britain. Dun, 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 dun.
Hang on, but Kedge, on the level, what's the number for this morning? Because I'm going to call them up. When's this competition?
It's on every day.
I need this 4 months of.
I've seen a couple of radio stations as well. As a prize, give out. We will pay for your bills this winter.
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's like Black Mirror or something. It's nuts.
What? In fact, you know what? You should be able to win on TV, radio, and right now for the next few months, you should be able to win all the things that have gone up in price. So you can win gas, you can win electricity, and on Asian channels, you can win butter.
Yeah,
or you can win oil.
Yeah.
You can win a 10-litre bit of oil, which is worth. I saw a 5-litre thing for about £9, I think it is now in Sainsbury's, and it was about £5, a few months ago. So that's nearly doubled. So oil, you should actually do that across the Desi channels. You can win the tikki of butter for your prata tomorrow if you answer this question right now.
Yeah. God, it's so bad. I don't know, like,
a bit weird.
Do you reckon, like, in the midst of all the other countries, people are talking, like, the equivalent of the Brownload in, I don't know, Finland, or the equivalent of the Brownload in Czechoslovakia, are they going, God, this is all?
They must be laughing at us.
Because Germany, there was a story about how Germany have like pledged like 60 billion to the people of Germany to help them through the crisis this winter or something. I was like,
we've got that as well. We've got billions earmarked. And it works out about £100 a person, £100 a family, or something like that. But what's that going to do?
Well, no, but like you said, it works out as 20 quid.
It's not even a touch of sides, mate. What's that going to do?
No, exactly.
I've noticed that because I've gone quite, what's the word I'm looking for here? Quite sort of vigorous on turning plugs and switches off in the house, and I've noticed on the meter, it's making a difference. See,
I think since we spoke about the microwave thing a couple of weeks ago, that's it. It's off.
Yeah, that's gone off.
That's the light's gone off.
Yeah,
I don't care about the time. Sod the time.
Yeah, and I just sit there at night. If I'm in the living room, I'm just sitting there with the energy-saving lamp, and that's it. None of those big stadium football lights are going on in the house now. That's it.
Yeah, but then, Ked, you've got your PS5 on, your laptop's on, your earpods are in. Yeah. Everything's charging, your toothbrush is charging, I don't know, like everything. I know you love a gadget, so everything's on charge in your house.
Yeah.
Have you got a new kettle? Did you take Boris' advice and get a new kettle?
No, but I got an email from some fake email from Curry saying that I've won a kettle.
Oh, free one.
Yeah.
Did you take it?
No, obviously it was one of those dodgy emails, isn't it? So,
okay.
Yeah. Curry's at hotmail.co.uk.
Yeah, Curry's the Ugandan branch.
Domain name. Yeah.
No. But that, I mean, again, that and to be fair, other than the kettle thing, the other thing Boris said the other day was like he just came out and said it. Things are going to be hard this winter for families, and I was just like, bruv, you're meant to be telling us that it'll be all right, but you've just said that's it.
Now he's on the way out.
He don't care.
He don't care.
NFG,
NFG Boris.
And that speech the other day was very NFG. I was just like, wow, okay, he's just saying it how it is. I bet
even today, like his finishing off speech was, that's it, folks. Like, that's it. The show. I'm like, cheers, brave. Don't worry about us.
No, but like before he went, he gave a list of all the things that he had done. He goes, I delivered on Brexit, and I delivered on this, and I did. I find that just weird. That imagine that on your last day of your job, just before you walk out, you're at Virgin Radio, right? Kev, you're leaving. Prove yourself. You go, well, I did this and I did. You got to remind everybody what you've done. That's beastie. It's kind of cringy. Like, don't forget, I did this. Imagine that if you're divorcing someone and you're about to leave them in a relationship, you're gonna, don't forget, I used to make the bed every day. I took the bins out most weeks, didn't I? So so
but you got the bins wrong anyway. So
we've all agreed that this ain't working. We are divorcing, right? There's a vote of no confidence. Everyone's had cussed him out, and his own peers, his own people have gone, nah, mate, you ain't the guy. But just before he goes, don't forget, I did all this stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, that's like me arguing with the missus and going, I forget it, I'm going out. Oh, by the way, I've made paneer. See you later.
Yeah. It's rubbish anyway.
Give yourself that big up before you go.
What a muppet.
Anyway, so glad we got all that sort of moaning out the way for a start. But on some good news, obviously, this weekend, I actually got to run the London half marathon.
Oh, well done. I saw that. Well done, you.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. And so this is a half marathon where?
In London. So in and around London, it was starting near Tower Bridge.
Half the route that you would do for the full London marathon?
No.
Is it a different route?
It's different. There's some of it overlaps, but I mean, this one, I'll tell you what, because obviously, the thing about training for marathon is you kind of do the same route and you go on the same, what and where you're running. But obviously, it's a whole new ball game when it's, so this is it. And then you don't know where you're going. And literally within the first mile, we had to run inside a tunnel, and I think it was the Rotherhithe tunnel. And it got very hot in there very quickly.
It is.
And also I didn't realize running in a tunnel is not nice.
No, because there's no air.
Yeah, no air. And then you think, okay, so how long is this tunnel going for? And honestly, I was like, well, God, I don't want to do that again because that took forever.
I legit think the Rotherhithe tunnel is probably the length of the River Thames. It goes on forever.
Well, and that's you in a car.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even talking the width. It's the length.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but you driving in the speed of a car, and you think it goes on forever.
But I think you probably ran it quicker than the car because you have to go at like 10 miles per hour in there. Because it's for those that don't, tight. It's too tight.
There's two tunnels that go across the River Thames in London, and it's the Blackwall Tunnel and the Rotherhithe Tunnel. But the Rotherhithe Tunnel is tiny. I swear, if you put your arms out, you could touch both sides of the wall.
Definitely.
It's like a one-lane. Tight
that's true. Yeah, so it was definitely the Rotherhithe tunnel then. Yeah, it was quite tight. So I did that, but I've done it. I've done half a marathon, and I thought, God help me, I've got to do another one of these. How
did you feel the next day after it? How did you?
Oh no, it wasn't that. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't because I've ran that distance before. It wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird because, like, a lot of people saying well done, but you don't actually want to sit there and revel in it as such. You don't feel like you've accomplished anything because in the back of your head you go, mate, you still got to get to 26. Yeah.
So I'll take my well done back then.
Sorry, but if you don't mind, take it back.
I'll take it back
and save it.
And very quickly, how long did it take you then? This half marathon?
It took me 2 hours and 15.
Okay, so say if I'm walking it in a couple of weeks,
which you are,
it's going to take me 4 hours and 30 minutes. Then.
Yeah,
makes sense, isn't it?
That's all right though.
Yeah, 4 hours.
When are you doing your Sach?
I think it's on the 28th or something like that. I can't remember the date. It's coming up soon though.
Yeah, and you can sponsor Sach as well. He puts the link out on his Insta. Make sure you do that.
I do that. Yeah, it's weird. Like it's no really training involved because I walk that much.
Yeah, I was going to say you walk a lot.
4 hours is not an issue. So I'm looking forward. I think more than anything, I'm just going out there with mates. There's 7 of us, and we're just having a stroll through London that night.
Are you going to take food, munchies? Are you taking any energizing stuff? Because I can give you some.
Thinking of taking some drinks.
Oh, like drinks.
Drinks. Yeah, we were just going one of them ones.
Really?
Yeah. Who are these? Are they Punjabi? They must be Punjabi.
What? Getting absolutely.
Don't hang around with them.
We're just having a casual stroll in London. It's just like being out on a night out, kind of. But we're walking, aren't we, for 4 hours? It's not a problem.
That terrifies me more than running the half marathon. I'll be honest with you.
What, walking for? Why?
I don't know. It just seems like.
I think you should come do it with us, Kedge. You know everyone there.
No, it's all right. That's probably a week before I've got to actually do the real thing. By then, I'll be feet up, wearing my sort of pink, slippers and fluffy ones, and then not moving.
Have you you got a book, Sach? If I were you, I'd book it now, like a massage the next day. That'd be lovely. So you'd be a bit achy, and you get little leg rub down. That'd be lovely. A little bit of tail malish. Or I'll come round and do it.
Sach, make sure you take your phone. Make sure you take your phone and record bits and take photos and document it.
Of course I will. Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah.
Did you take your phone on the run, on the half marathon?
Yeah, it was.
He did. He put a reel up, actually. He made it. I saw him make a little...
put a little thing on, only because there were some moments in there which I just thought were breathtaking. And there was this one guy who had bells on him, and he was like, he did the whole half marathon.
He had bells on him. What, whiskey?
Yeah. Well, no, like ding dong bells.
Famous grouse.
He was dressed like a, what do you call it? Like what's that dance? Morris dancer. And then he would run 2 steps, and then he would do like a side kick with the right foot. Run 2 steps, do a side kick with the left foot. He ran the whole thing like that.
You should do that with Garba step.
Oh my.
Bruv, I could barely roll by the end of it. So let's not even try and do Garba steps. But yeah.
Next year. Well done, Kedge.
No, honestly, that is brilliant. And I know you want to, because I know what you're like. You're all about the end goal, and you want to get to your 26 miles. But I think you should take a little moment just to go a little half pat on the back. Go, well done, Kedge Bay. 13 miles done. That's an achievement. This is a life bucket list thing. So you're doing it. Yeah. To say I've run the marathon. My missus wants to run it. She wants to run it next year.
Oh wow.
It's good, but I think it's something you kind of set into as a goal. You train towards it, you achieve it.
I'll be honest with you, just go for it. Just go for it. Put yourself in the deep end.
And speaking of going to something, I went to something this weekend, and it wasn't nothing to do with running or anything, but I actually went to see, I'd say, 2 of the best comedians ever.
Tommy Sandu.
Oh, Sach. It was just me and
it wasn't Tommy. It wasn't Tommy.
And me.
No, it definitely wasn't you, Kedge. It was Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. I went to see them at the O2. They were together. Yeah. They were together, wow. And they had a really good lineup of supporting talent to go with it as well. With
Ali Wong, Aziz Ansari. Because Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were together, but me and Sach were not. So me and Sach are at the same gig. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Did we coordinate? Nah. Did we send a message to each other just to question what we're doing? And obviously, I didn't put it all on social media. I don't do all that kind of stuff. Sach, I don't think did, or I don't know. I didn't see anything.
The thing is, I took a photo outside the O2 because once you got in there, your phone got taken off you.
What? Oh God, that's a whole other thing I do. Well, firstly, let's just big up this concept. We'll talk about the phone.
We'll talk about the phone thing. I want to talk about the phone thing.
Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, but the warm up act, Ali Wong, who's brilliant. If you've never seen her Netflix special about Tiger Mama and all that, she's so good. Aziz Ansari, who I found out, Aziz Ansari, he's got that kind of squeaky. That's a terrible impression. He's got that kind of squeaky voice, like, man, I said to him, don't do it. He talks like that. Indian guy from America. He's like friends with Jay-Z and Kanye West and all that. He now lives in London. Big time. Yeah.
You ever heard of him, Kedge?
Yeah.
No, I have, but I didn't realize he's friends with them lot.
Yeah, he's big deal. He's big
time. Yeah, he's So you got that. Him, Earthquake. How funny was Earthquake?
He was brilliant.
Really good.
Obviously, and the host,
Jeff Ross, the roast master. Who's brilliant. Yeah, listen, great one. But you're right.
And then they did an hour each, roughly.
Yeah.
Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle each.
Yeah.
So it was bang for your buck. I thought the whole gig.
Does Chris Rock address the old Will Smith?
He does. Club? He can't. Well, yes and no, half kind of.
No, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Doesn't go to town on it, and everyone is kind of waiting for it. He makes 2 or 3 references to it throughout the chat, and then Dave Chappelle makes a reference to it in his one because Dave Chappelle goes after Chris Rock, even though Chris Rock's kind of gig. Dave Chappelle closes it after Chris Rock goes on, but they kind of he talks about how he got punched by Muhammad Ali, a guy who trained as Muhammad Ali, who convinced the world he was Muhammad Ali. He came up to him and punched Chris Rock in the face. So he's like, of course it hurt. Yes, it hurt. But actually, Ked, you're like this. One of the points he makes, which isn't too much of a giveaway, it's not really a gag giveaway, but he says, look, you can either be famous for being infamous, like the person who runs on stage and tries to attack a celebrity. You can either be famous for your you can either be famous for your talent, or he said you could be famous for just being a victim. He goes, and nowadays everyone's online trying to get famous, being a victim. Oh, this has upset me. That's upset me. This has upset me. He goes, what's that going to achieve? He goes, so I went to work there. He goes, I got smacked by Will Smith.
See?
I went to work the next day.
There you go. Chris Rock is my kind of guy. He went to work the next day. There you go. That's the most important thing. Just go to work, innit? Stop moaning.
But while I was at the Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle gig, I did a half marathon. I want you to all know I did it. Not out of choice. Not out of choice. This is what happened. So as you know, you got to hand in your phone on the way in. So you go through the doors of the O2, hand in the phone and your watch, by the way, as well. No smart watches.
Oh, no. I did a sneaky one. I just wore it. They're like, have you got a smartwatch? No.
Oh, well done. And actually, you could have had your phone on you. No one no one pads you down for it. But if you pull out your phone, there were people walking up and down the aisles. If they see that phone light up, you are out. Straight out. Anyway. And then they put your phone into a pouch and they lock it like the security that you get on tags on clothing in the expensive clothing in a shop.
It's like a magnetic bolt thing, Kedge.
Yeah.
You know that you.
Oh yeah.
So your phone goes in there.
Up the pencil case.
Yeah, that's like a pencil case.
Right.
That's a pencil case. Yeah.
So in I go, right, with my bag. I go through. So firstly, you go through the first set of security right at the doors of the O2, and they go, "Can you put your bag through the machine, please?" Yeah, put the bag through the machine. Right, great. Off you go. Got to the thing, put my phone away, put the watch away, went inside, and he went, "You can't come in with that bag." I went, "What?" I went, "You can't come in with the bag." I said, "It's already been through the scanner." They went, "Doesn't matter. No bags over A4 size in the O2."
Wow.
Oh yeah. It's like football stadiums now. That.
What do? I went, "Go back out the O2, turn left. O2's massive. Just walking in and out of it. I tell you what, I'm doing 3 miles every time. So that's what I'm trying to do with the half marathon. So come out the O2, turn left, go all the way around the side of the building, put my bag in the bag drop. How much is it to put your bag in? How much is it normally for a locker?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, a couple of quid.
Quid,
yeah.
No, £10. £10 to put my bag in. Right?
Wow.
And I thought, and I laughed. I was like, wow, okay, fair enough. You got to pay. I ain't got a choice. Because I said, I'll take the stuff out and I'll roll the bag up. I said, it's only a soft bag. It's only got jumpers in it just in case it gets cold because I'm a Buddha and my glasses and my...
Is that what you took in your bag?
Well, I tell you what.
Why did you have a bag? I mean,
who
takes a bag?
Exactly.
Okay, so I don't
it's all of his medication, mate.
No, it's not. I don't like having my wallet and my keys in my pocket. You know when you got your wallet in one pocket and it's bulging out and the
then
keys.
You need one of them things, like where all the youth of today are wearing across their chest, the little bum bag, side flex. You need someone.
But I feel like they're for drug dealers and criminals, so I don't do that. And also, I'm 45, so me wearing that I will look like a drug dealer. And then so I go outside. Oh, God's sake!
I can't believe you had a rucksack.
No, get it. So I go back outside, and I went up. Now I went. They went. Oh, it's £10. I went. I can't pay. My phone's inside this wallet.
Oh,
She went,
wallet.
She went, go back inside, unlock it, and come back. So I had to go back all the way inside, queue up again, go through the security, unlock the phone, got out there, took my bag back to them. I went, second time lucky. And she went, right, is there anything in the bag that you need? And then I remembered my wallet was in the bag. So I could have just paid with that. First time round. So I feel doubly stupid now. I'm like, why did I only think about it? Anyway, take that out and then go back in. But
did you miss the show?
I missed the start of Jeff Ross coming out. But only
what a legend.
He's a warm-up. So I missed about 5 minutes. And then I swear, they thanked. Did you see Most Def come onto the stage?
Of course I see. Brother was rapping at the end. I think that was one of the highlights of the whole thing. I was like, brother, what's he doing?
I didn't know who Most Def was. Is he a big deal? Is that a big deal as a rapper?
Of course he's a big deal rapper.
Yeah.
The name, but...
Bruv, Dave Chappelle threw a party yesterday. I'm sure it was in London somewhere. Busta Rhymes was there. I was like, why weren't we there?
No, but that's understandable. They've all been in the game 20, 30 years. That's like, us throwing a party and they go, guess what? H. Dummy was there. He should be. He should be at our party. Juggy D was there. Yeah, he should be.
Oh, bless.
But back to the phone thing. Do you know what? So my phone was locked up from, let's say, about 7 o'clock till about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
For those 4 hours, I don't think I felt better than ever because I didn't have my phone.
Did you not feel like, oh my God, quickly, let's record this or anything like that? No.
I didn't have to do none of that. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't have to speak to anyone. Didn't have to see any messages flash up. And I thought, I think I might lock my phone away more often.
Yeah, I like. Here we go now. Guru Sach.
Yeah. And where was I?
Because I was fully switched off. The only thing I was focusing on was what was on stage.
So do you think they should do this more at, say, music concerts
100%
and events?
100%. I hate it when people are just standing there with their phone the whole time and they're just looking at whatever they're looking at through their phone. How does that make sense?
You know what I would think is
better. But then no one will believe you that you went
exactly
to the Harry Styles concert front row there because he ain't on the gram.
Yeah, that's one of the things I get all the time. Why don't you film when you're DJing? Because I'm DJing. How am I going to film?
That's a question you don't ask Sach. Why do you not film when you DJ? That really G's him up.
Yeah, no, it does because it's just like, well, I'm
never ask Sach that question.
If I'm lucky, I get a little 10 seconds where I can just quickly go boop, boop, and have a little, flash around the club or whatever, the party or whatever. But
and that's nothing to do with your phone. That's just flashing yourself.
Yeah, no, but it's just I just don't have the time. Like, why would you do it?
I always wonder how DJs manage to get brilliant footage of the party. Yeah, bruv, can you put the tune on rather than filming? Thank you. Just twiddle some knobs like you always do and pretend. But carry on, concentrate on your job, please. Thank you.
But yeah, back to the no phone policy. I think is the way forward.
I agree because I also think everybody who filmed in those scenarios, I would say 98% of those people will do nothing or very little or nothing noteworthy with that footage. So they're better off just enjoying the moment. Everybody does it.
That always reminds me. It always reminds me of people who film fireworks. What do you
Fireworks are terrible to film. It never looks right.
What do you do with that footage? It's Diwali and everyone films fireworks. You film fireworks. Who do you send that to? Poor people who get that sent from you. Poor family
can I tell you something?
Who gets that sent.
The big thing is you cannot film at comedy events. So hence why you couldn't film at Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, because that is the artist's material. And they actually effectively want to go off and do that again elsewhere. And if it's revealed, then it's ruined and you can't then use that. That's all it is. It's about keeping it fresh. It's like piracy. People, I'll go on stage when I'm doing a comedy night and I'll go, no phones, right? There's 300-400 people in this room. Then I'll see a little sneaky auntie just holding the phone up against her. And she's got it on. She's looking down at it and she's filming. Right? Wow. No, I'm not saying auntie. It might be a sister. I'm just calling them aunties. They might be like younger than me. It might be 35, right?
But still an auntie.
I'll just call her out. I go, what are you doing? I can see your phone. And then they quickly put it down. I go, but you're filming me. So I find that funny. I'm like, what are you filming that for? Where is that going to go?
That might be different because you might do a joke and you might want to send it. Or like, I understand. That. No, because you're semi-famous. So it's like, oh, look, I'm here watching Tommy Sandu. But filming a firework, my God.
But that's what I'm saying. Who are you going to send a video of here? Oh, guess what? I was at Tommy's stand-up. I filmed a bit of him.
It's going to go on DVD and in Wembley Market. You can buy that for £5.
If it was, I'd rate them. I'd go, cool, go ahead. I'm like, who's this for? Like, I don't understand what you did. So you're right. Actually, I'm all for it. I think actually we should spend less time with gadgets, devices, more so than ever now. I think just to simplify, get back to being active and doing stuff.
We should just back to bed. Forget all this tech stuff. Go back to playing cards or something.
Well, go back to playing Monopoly because I had to tell you about. Did you hear about the Monopoly World Championship and why are we not invited? Why am I not being invited to this?
But you're good at it.
Oh, mate. So the Monopoly World Championships were first held in China in 2015. They happen every 6 years, which is a little bit weird. Don't you think?
So that is odd. Why 6?
Why 6 years? I don't know. Maybe it's.
I think you roll a 6 on the dice. No, there's no.
But anyway, the winner of this year's Monopoly Championship was a lawyer from Venice. His name was Niccolo Falcone.
Sounds like a villain.
Good name,
Niccolo Falcone. He's basically been giving out his tips and tricks on how to be successful at Monopoly. Now, I think Desi's all love a game of Monopoly. I think we've all been there, done it. We've argued. It's a Christmas thing. Desi love it, and we've all got our own rules to it. And he goes, I always get asked for tips, and I tell them, are you ready for this? This is peak
gold
information.
Gold. Go on.
Come on, then let's have it.
He goes, I always tell people to buy 3 houses on each property when you get a complete set. Right? He goes, also, jail can be your enemy at the beginning of the game, but it becomes your best friend towards the end of the game.
Why?
Well, because then by then everyone's bought everything, isn't it? So you want to stay in jail.
Oh, okay.
So and then this is the rule. This is the Desi rule that some people play. He goes, if you go to jail, stay there for as long as possible because you can still collect money off your properties. See, a lot of Desi rules don't let you collect money.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a lot of Desis have gone jail and they're still.
Yeah, they have gone jail. They have gone jail, and they're still collecting benefits while they're inside.
And did you know this? There's been research on Monopoly on the board, and you can actually, if you Google it, you can find Monopoly heat maps, which basically tells you where the most common places are that people land.
Ooh. But very quickly, I'm going to give you my tip then, if that's what he said, because hold
on, I'm going to give you one last thing before we go for Sach's tip. Let's go to Falcone's tip again.
Tip out of it.
Yeah, exactly. The last bit he said, he goes, make sure you properly read the rule. He goes, because you can buy and build houses at any time between other people's turn, not only when it's your turn. Another rule that I did not know.
Good.
That is good.
Do you see what I mean? So you can buy at any time. This guy won the championship in just 47 minutes.
Oh,
smashed it.
That's fast.
That's good.
How fast is that?
That is good. What's your tip, Sach? What is it?
What he said is you got to buy on places that people land on the most, and I think it's the corner plots.
No. Well, what?
I think so. Number one, straight away, Mayfair. You got to buy when you land on it because there's a card that says advance to Mayfair.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
Old Kent Road.
Nah, waste of time.
Yeah, but if you buy the other brown one, then that's worth money.
Yeah, but it's bakwas. It's bakwas.
No,
the money put in is bakwas.
It's decent. You got to start somewhere, kid.
You read Will Smith's book, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and Will Smith talks about how he was calling himself here the Monopoly Don, and he has analysed it, and he was talking about how from go the chances of you rolling, they look at the probability of like what you could roll on the dice. It goes, the chance of rolling this and this and therefore high, therefore you could fall on this. There's a high probability of this, high probability of that. There's no real.
It's always by Pentonville or Euston. Everyone lands on it all the time. The next one everyone lands on is Pall Mall. Then it's Marlborough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're all
then it's Fleet Street. Then it's Leicester and Piccadilly. Then it's Regent Street, Oxford Street, and then it's Park Lane.
Wow, you remember. So at the moment, by the way, my missus and my kids are playing. So I see her and Milo, who's 10, and Logan, who's 5, all playing like a juniorish version of Monopoly. But bro, I've thought about joining in, and then about 20 minutes in, no, put that back. No, you can't touch that. Stop doing it. Leave his pieces alone. That's all I hear from the other room, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun.
Really? Oh, that was before you got involved.
Then I looked around the corner once, and I saw them throwing the money up in the air. I thought, what's going on? Wow. There's a card in our stack of cards that says, throw the money up in the air. Whatever you catch, you keep.
No.
Do you know that one?
What kind of, bro?
That's one of the cards.
That's another version, mate.
East London knockoff Monopoly?
No, it's not. It's the real one. It's not.
You throw all the money.
What you get a stack, or you throw, and then whatever you catch, you keep. It was one of the challenges.
The South London version is you go and rob the other person, beat them up, take all of the cash.
This was the make it rain card. I don't know what it is.
Oh my god, that is
ridiculous.
There are a lot of versions of Monopoly now, and the one I've got.
Sorry, I just suddenly thought that would be great. You get a Punjabi version, and it'll go, well done. You've just concreted your garden. Give the banker £100 to what it costs to concrete. Like, you should do all the typical things that, like, in a Punjabi house.
God. Monopoly Gujarat, Monopoly Punjab. Why is this not done?
And then you can build like a house on the back of your house. So it's
you've got illegal tenants. You just collected £1,500 a month. Oh, the planning officers caught up with you. Turns out you didn't have a license.
Oh my god, that would be brilliant. Desi Monopoly. Why has Desi Monopoly not been invented?
My god. Landlords. the rogue landlord's version of Monopoly would be brilliant. With all the...
Oh no, sorry. Ealing Road's closed today. Someone's getting married.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
No, I mean back to Monopoly though. I think I'm done with the board game. I've had enough. That's it. I don't play anymore.
I feel so sorry for you. How can you even say that?
I think Monopoly Deal is the way forward.
What?
The quick one.
The card game, yeah.
Oh, you're so the TikTok generation. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to get it done, get it over and done with in 5 minutes. Well, how can you play Monopoly by dealing cards? It's not Uno.
It's just honestly so much better.
I've heard a few people say that.
I think there's so much more skill in that than
playing. Do you get a set? How do you build houses?
You have to buy 3. You have to get 3 sets. I will explain it to you one day, Uncle Kedge. Don't worry.
Oh, it just sounds... The version I play is called Monopoly for Sore Losers. That is brilliant. They really thought about the game. And basically what happens is that the rules reverse. If you become Mr. Monopoly, by basically collecting tokens that you get from bad things happening to you, then you become Mr. Monopoly. And so what happens then is that every time someone goes to prison, you get a free house. Every time someone pays some tax or anything, you get a free house. It's brilliant. It's just so. But then you can be knocked off as Mr. Monopoly, and then someone else can be Mr. Monopoly. So everyone gets a fair crack at the whip of being the big dog. And I think what it does is it lends for everyone, because sometimes what happens is that there's always one player that you play with who just after about 6 turns, I haven't got anything, I only got waterworks, I'm not playing, just count me out, I'm not interested, I'm going to go watch a film.
I'll give my money to one of the other.
I think that's Tommy. That sounds like you.
No. I'm a battler to the end, and I'll turn it around.
Oh, really?
You won't beat me.
I don't think you got the patience.
That is
I think Tommy would. Tommy would.
But for the property monopoly element, I think I would like that. I would like that.
I think we should play a game one day.
Done.
Oh. All right.
Done. Not the card version. Proper version.
No, proper version. And it ends when it ends. So if it means we're there.
Oh, we are going all night.
What about the Monopoly?
Sach, are you going to be all right for bedtime?
Then in which case, we record the podcast one week when you haven't got to get up early the next day, and we just play. We go for it.
Yeah, I think we should
do a late night session. I mean,
it's been a very long time since I've played a board game because I don't play them.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
actually Monopoly is a lot of sitting around. I want to share a story with you because a lot of sitting around is what this guy does. There's a guy which I only heard about today in Japan who gets paid to do nothing.
My guy.
Nothing.
Love it.
Literally.
Is he the Japanese version of Boris Johnson?
Well, yeah, you potentially. No, actually, Boris, even by his own admission, will tell you that as he exited, he did plenty. He did loads. Yeah. He got Brexit done. But this guy literally does nothing for a living. So what he does is he spends time with other people.
Love it.
So he's a Tokyo man. His name is Shoji Morimoto. And some people might think he's got a dream job. 38 years old. He charges 10,000 yen, that's about $70, to accompany someone as a companion. He's just there as a plus one.
So he's an escort. Skills. He's an escort.
No, nothing of a sexual nature. He says, I rent myself out.
No, but he's a Siddha escort.
Yeah, he's his company. He goes, but his job is to be wherever. But people in Japan are weird and random. So his job is to be wherever the clients want him to be.
Can't say that.
Do nothing in particular. So he had 4,000 sessions last year. People booked him out 4,000 times for stuff.
Is that so? He's just being a body somewhere there.
Yeah, exactly that. He's quite lanky. He's quite slim. He doesn't really stand out. He's got nearly 250,000 followers now on Twitter. And
we should hire someone to do that. We should put out an advert. So who wants to be that person for us on the Brownload? They can come in and just sit at your house. Just watch us.
But people would happily do that. But see,
weird.
But we don't need that because we've got each other to kind of as company. But this is like last week, for example, he sat across someone who's 27 years old called Aruna, who's she wanted to dress up and have tea and cakes in a sari, but she didn't want to do
Aruna Ben. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right. So it says Aruna Chida wanted to wear the Indian garment out in public, but was worried that it might embarrass her friends. So she turned to Morimoto for companionship. And she said that Morimoto just sat there and they just had small talk. Wicked. He says he won't do anything. He's turned down an offer to move a fridge. Someone said, come around and help me. He went, no, I'm not doing that.
Mate, I did that for free at my mate's house.
I was going to say, that sounds like me. I didn't help you move your fridge out of your gap.
I tried to get you two to do it, and you two are pretty useless.
I did it.
No, Sach moved it. I was directing.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd be used to. Somebody else asked him to move to Cambodia. He said, no, I'm not going to move to Cambodia for you. He gets loads of repeat customers. One person has hired him 270 times. He has to go to the park. He had to go to the park one time just to play seesaw with someone.
Oh, that's nice. That's
nice. You know, it makes
I wonder what this geezer's charging.
$70. $70 a visit, starting from $70. Depends how long you have him for. But this is just a random Japanese job. Kind of go, I do nothing. I just come and hang out.
Japan are killing it because they've not only got him, and they've also got they're trying to basically sort of bump up their tourist industry as well. Because obviously, you know, with the pandemic and everything, they're still trying to recover, and they want to, you know, airline and railway companies are trying to, you know, sort of give it all a bit of a boost, and they're massively discounting tickets. But the new trend that's happening in Japan now is the idea of a random trip, and it's gaining so much popularity. So what is a random trip, I hear you say? Well, basically, as the name suggests, it basically just selects a random destination for you. It's like chosen like a lottery, and they will you just pay like a reduced price for it. So this is the new way of traveling now. The ticket is known as, it's an app-based thing, and the train ticket is called the Saigoro Kipu, in which the destinations are decided by the roll of a virtual dice.
I love that.
Saigoro in Japanese means dice.
That is such a good idea.
So basically, there's 2 of the 7 possible railway stations, which is like the West Japan Railway station, and then you go to different parts of Japan, and then you can basically buy these tickets for up to 6 people at a time, and then that's it. You roll the dice, and then you just go for it.
That's how you should do a stag do. That you should be like, boys, girls.
I think this is a good stag do.
We don't know. Because, so I've always said this. Let me quickly just make a little side point. Ryanair do a thing where you can type in Ryanair anywhere and just look for any flights under a tenner, under 20 quid, under 50. You got different kind of brackets. So that's why I bought my brother-in-law a trip to Ireland as a resort, as a Secret Santa, because it was under 25 quid. I said, it's one night. You're not taking a bag. Go, come back. Here's your seat. You know, like, it's a good little thing to do. But you end up looking at places. You like. And it does it by city. And Ryanair needs to update their website because I didn't know where Billund is. I remember looking at Billund, but I only looked at it because it had Lund in the title. It was Bilund.
Where was it? Ireland?
Huh?
Where was it? Ireland?
I think it was Norway in the end. I might be well wrong.
Oh, no, that's it was just, you were going with your brother-in-law, isn't it? Bill Lund.
Bill's Lund, brother-in-law.
That's where you were going.
That's not. That is why I nearly picked it for him, but we end up just going Dublin instead. But you're right. I like that. I like the random factor. And I think that, who is it? It was, the comedian, Artif Nawaz. He did it. He said he went to the airport once and went, give me the next flight out of here. And I think
But the issue I have with that is that, what do you pack? And and I know a lot of people listening now going, well done for saying that, Kedge. Because, do you go shorts? Do you go jacket? What do you need? Everyone is shouting and listening to the podcast going,
I think it's a great idea.
You are the man for the people who's asking the questions that you need to be asking.
How long are you going for? How long are we going to this place for?
3-4 days.
Right. So what do you need? One pair of shorts, couple of different vests, and a pair of jeans.
But what if it's like Iceland you end up in?
Then you buy something.
Like a couple of hoodies. Yeah, exactly. Or you just pack a hoodie.
But then do you need suntan lotion? Do you need flip flops? Do you need
I think you're trivializing it. You're the reason why people don't do it. You need to let go of those constraints, Kedge. Everything.
Kedge would never go on this trip because he needs to know everything, unfortunately. says the guy that was on a flipping tour bus a few weeks ago, brushing his teeth at a service station, showering at a service station.
Well, you can understand why it was so difficult and challenging.
That's what I'm saying. If you can do that, then you can do this.
Yeah. I guess if you're with your mates, then you're all just
I think it's a wicked idea. You should be able to go to the airport, press like this button, and it's like a randomized thing. It's like 6 of you, bang. There's 10 seats on the flight to, I don't know, Croatia today. That's where you're going.
Yeah. Can I just say, talking about our podcast, I just want to say, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but I during the half marathon, the last couple of miles, they were feeling a little bit tough. And I thought, you know what? I need something that's going to just egg me on a little bit. I thought, you know what? I'm going to put on the Brownload. Just because it will make me laugh and it will just get me in a different zone. So I put on the Brownload. I had to switch it off after 5-10 minutes.
Why?
I don't know how people listen to us. I'm sorry. I don't know how people listen to us when they're doing exercises. It's the worst thing to listen to because it makes you laugh. You makes you want to scream. It makes you want to get involved. It ruined all my pattern of breathing, anything that I was doing. And I was just like, I've got to turn this off because it made me burst out laughing and spit flew out my mouth. And I was like, this is terrible. And I felt more tired in 10 minutes than anything that I'd listen to the whole run. And I thought, God help the people who listen to us when they're doing exercise. It's the worst thing to listen to.
I find that with audiobooks or listening to podcasts, you end up losing yourself in that conversation, in that thing, and then you're like, no, you're right. It does just mess you up. So, did you have a playlist? Did you get your tunes on?
No, I don't listen to tunes. What do
you listen to then?
I listen to really quite boring podcasts, but it kind of just takes me to a higher state. I don't know how to explain it, but everyone finds their own ways. But I listen to really intellectual podcasts.
I couldn't stand it. I'm listening to Jimmy Carr's book at the moment. It's amazing, by the way.
Yeah, is that okay? I'll check.
I think you like it.
That's a good one. Yeah,
it is a good one.
So that was part of my things I learned. By the way, I should say that you can't listen to the Brownload if you're running half marathon.
That's a half thing. By the way, so just on what you're listening to, messing with you, and what you're doing. Can I just share something with you? And I can run it past you because I think I want to get your opinion on this. Yesterday, I did a voiceover for a new Netflix cartoon.
Right.
In that Netflix cartoon, they have a character called a guru. And that guru, the only line he says is Om, O-M, the religious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? That's all he says. And he actually he's a cartoon. He uses Om. While all the other characters, there's like a little Ganesh and there's a little Lakshmi, and they have all these kind of different gods coming through. So they're using that. And because he says Om, but Om is his word for everything. So instead of saying thank you, he'd go Om, Om, and Om, 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 Om. Everything is just a variation of Om for his computer, right?
Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
Right, it is weird. And then I guess Netflix realized it was a bit weird. And they went, we need to re-record all the Oms and just turn them into O. Oh.
Yeah, that would have had some brigade.
Bruv, I must have said the word O yesterday 800 times.
Is that the character you're playing? The O?
That's the character I'm playing. That's all I got. All day.
All I'm doing. He's playing the lead role or something.
No.
He's just...
Actually, it's a main character. And then so from 10 a.m. till 6:30, I think yesterday it was, I was in this voiceover booth just going, I feel like I'm going stir crazy. So when you talk about listening to stuff, you go, no, this isn't working. I felt like I needed to burst out of that voiceover booth and go, I don't need to say another word again. Honestly, it was like torture treatment. Like those, what do they call it? Japanese treatment, no, Japanese water treatment. Like it was slowly trying to make me go insane. So
give us your favorite or quickly.
Well, I think I did no, actually, can I be honest? No,
right. I had to be in the other.
Everybody like kung fu fighting. No, not that awful.
One of the best. Oh, I mean, come on, that is up there. That is up there.
No. I think
that's up there.
Yeah. That's a good O.
It's actually quite a good game, mate. Show us your O's.
Yeah.
Show us your O's.
Do you know your O's? Yeah.
I got O's. Love it.
I've got O's. I've got O's.
That's a good one.
What's that? That's Lumidi.
Oh yeah. What else? Oh Maria. Maria. Oh, this is. We're doing this. We're doing this.
Game.
We are doing this.
What
for the
about
next
Jana?
Yeah.
All the O's. We like, bruv, there's a game in this.
Show me your O's.
Show me your O's.
When we get back on the radio, we're doing this.
Okay, wait. Are we going back on the radio? We are.
You never know. The BBC, if we commission gladiators, you never know.
Yeah, true. It would be like a throwback. It'd be some trillionaire who made their money in like the metaverse in 20 years' time goes, you know what? When I was born, my mum used to listen to Kedge, Sach, and Tommy. I'm going to pay for those two free to come out of retirement and do one more radio show and give them like a zillion meta dollars, so we can just retire in a metaverse plugged into a machine. That's what's going to happen. That's the only way we're going to get back on radio. I'm telling you. Anyway,
love it.
What have you learned? What have you learned this week?
The thing I've learnt this week is, so everyone's heard of white noise. White noise is something that people put on when they want to go to sleep, or it's mostly when they put babies or something to sleep, right? It's just that
it's like even adults use it.
Even adults use it, yeah.
No, because you can get like different kinds of white noise. So I thought white noise was just like zzzz, like a buzzing noise, but actually you can get waterfalls. That's white noise. A Hoover running is white noise. So it's just anything kind of constantly making a noise in the background, right?
So basically, white noise is where you're getting the whole frequency of sounds. Whereas the thing that I've learned this week is about brown noise, and it's an actual thing.
Honestly,
brown noise.
That's what the podcast is when you're running.
Brown noise. There is brown noise, and it's a certain part of the sound frequency which is just sort of like low tones that you only sort of hear in like thunder or like roaring of a crowd or like the waterfall. And some people specifically just want brown noise to go to sleep to. They don't want the rest of the other cackle.
Look at that, brown noise.
I never knew that was a thing. But then I think about it, I'm like, I actually like those like low humming sounds sometimes. They're like they calm you, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
I never knew there was a name for that.
Brown noise. It's a thing. I got a great one. You're going to love this.
What, your great brown noise? I know what your brown noise is, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I got brown noises that come out of pretty much anywhere there's a hole in my body, there's a brown noise that can come out of it. So just know that. All different frequencies, all working together in harmony. It's like a little orchestra of Tommy Sanders.
Love it.
Anyway, so my one, I hope like crazy when I found this out that nobody else knew this. I hope like crazy that it's not just one of those things that I've missed, but the rest of the world knows. Do you know what I mean? When you think that is great. So today, this only came about, and I'm so glad it landed on the day that we're recording the podcast, because when I found out, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the thing I've learned for today's podcast. And that is, I decided this morning, because I got hummus and I got falafel.
Yeah.
So we're having falafel night tonight. I got hummus, and I thought, I'm going to make my own tahini. I thought, you know what? I'm going to make my own baba ganoush as well. I've never made baba ganoush. Let me try it. You know, how hard can it be? So I pulled up a video of how to make baba ganoush on YouTube. And that's where I found out this little gem. So, by the way, I've made it. It's in the fridge and chilling. So apparently you've got to really let it chill right down. So this is the thing I learned. When it comes to aubergines, bengen, you can get male aubergines and female aubergines.
No.
And there is a difference.
How do you know that?
Right.
What
so the
part
guy
of the thing do you check?
Can you tell a male and a female from just looking at it?
Yes, you can. And I'm about to tell you how. Right?
Can I guess?
Go
on, then. Yeah.
Is it to do with the green toppy?
Nope.
Is it to do with the shininess?
Nope.
Oh, but
I don't even think you'll get it, because I wasn't even aware that the aubergine had this characteristic when he was talking about it.
Is it to do with the dimples on it?
Where's the dimple?
Just the
where's the dimples?
Near like the bottom area, the bum.
Well, okay. So there is, if you look at, next time you look at your bengen,
yeah,
not the toppy end, the other big roundy end.
Yeah.
At the very end of that, at the very tip of that, I suppose, there is a little, like, I don't know what to call it, nipple, a hole, a marking, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If the marking is round, right? If it's like a circle, like a dot, that's good. That's a male one.
Right.
If it's a slit, just a little line, that's the female one. Now, what's the difference between a male and a female when you get inside?
Yeah.
The female one inside has more seeds, which makes sense why it's the female one. It's growing, right? So you got the female one inside, which has got loads more seeds, which some people don't want in their food. So you might want just the male ones.
So that's why when you do a bengen bharta, you kind of want the male one, I think.
Maybe.
Because I'm not one for that seedy, mushy stuff in the bengen bharta. You know what I mean?
Right. Whereas for baba ganoush, it doesn't really matter. But I actually use.
I think for baba ganoush, I think the female is better.
The females is better at what?
At baba ganoush, I think.
Yeah, Well, the guy in the recipe used four bengans, four aubergines, and 3 of them were male. One of them was female, and he just proved it. He goes, look, just to prove it, and he opened it up. He goes, look at all the seeds inside this one compared to the others. Just go back to his point. So there you go.
Knew that.
Male and female aubergines. Look at the bottom, and I went into Tesco and I picked up my 2, and I found that, and you saw the 2 with the holes, and you can see the one with the slit as well. It's right there. So one's got a line, one's got a hole. There you go. Aubergines have genders. How about that?
That is brilliant. That is really
that is really good. That is really good, Tommy.
My one, I've been telling a few people actually all this week, and it's slightly the younger lot I've been telling about, because I was. Do you remember I told you I watched that show about garage it was on Channel 5. It was like
the evolution of music. Or
have you seen it yet, Sach?
I haven't seen the garage. I saw the drum and bass one.
Okay, so the garage one, there was a moment in that blew my mind, and I think that we need to put this in some sort of plaque. We need to be more proud of this as a nation, because this is unbelievable, and it is crossed around the world to every DJ and MC, and that is the origin of the famous Oli Oli Oli, oi oi oi, oi, right? How that came about.
Go on.
I fell off the sofa when I discovered this.
Go on.
So, do you remember the MC, CKP?
Of course I do. He's my favourite MC.
He's brilliant. So, CKP was on the mic one night, and he was looking for his mate, Oliver. And he went...
joking.
And he went, Oli, Oli. And he just shouted it twice, and the crowd came back with, oi, oi. So he just went, what happened there? So he tried it again, Oli, Oli, and then he added one more, and the crowd came back with oi, oi, oi. And that is how, to this day, every MC, every DJ gets onto the mic and goes, Oli, 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 and everyone knows what to do. We, Great Britain, have given that to the world. I felt so proud.
That's quite good, Kedge. I've got to share something with you.
Oh, here we go.
I invented...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What, you weren't in the documentary. You weren't in the documentary. Tommy, no chance.
But you know when you're in a club and you go, ooh, ooh,
yeah. Goes, ooh, ooh. Bro, they've been doing that. They've been doing that Dandia like in Gujarat for years, mate.
Yeah, that's Kedge's in the episode.
I'm old. I'm 45. I'm talking about 25, 28 nearly years ago when I started DJing. I was about 17, 18 in a club.
Here we go.
I tell you, I don't remember exactly what it was. We watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he went, ooh, he did something like that. And then me and the guy I was DJing with did it on the mic. It went off. We're like, oh, that's quite cool. And then it's just started going everywhere. And then we weren't sure. We were like, did we made that up?
Oh, my God.
Or did we hear it somewhere else subliminally?
You need to be in some sort of dance house documentary. Tommy, have you got rights on this? How legit is this?
100%.
Wow. Can we have someone?
If you believe that, then you believe
CKP and Tommy Sanders,
CKP.
two people who are really flying the flag in sound effects at the raves.
Kedge, when are you in the episode of the evolution of Garba music? When's that coming out?
Yeah, well, I'll have to interview Tommy. I'll have to interview, because I remember it from when I was a little kid at Harrow Leisure Centre, and people used to do it back then during Navratri, because they would do the tune and they go and do the woo woo, and you do all of that kind of stuff.
There you go. See.
And I was like,
can I take this moment to thank the Gujarati people for getting behind my chant?
Obviously, the Gujarati people were, the secret ravers at the clubs in Brighton that you were DJing at, and then they brought it to Harrow. Bournemouth.
Yeah. No,
well,
you're right.
if anyone wants to, dispute that claim, let's hear it. Does anyone else claim it?
No. Why encourage dispute? Why not say if
Kedge just wants everyone to argue. That's all he wants.
There needs to be some verification process. I need somebody else to tell me that. Like when CKP says it, I believe him. When Tommy says it,
just go tell me and say, I know the guy who invented it was Tommy Sandu, him and his mate. The guy I DJ with, his name's Happy. So his name is Happy Man. That's his real name. So me and Happy Man, Happy will vouch 100%. He goes, Haps will go, we invented that.
Right. 1,000%. I'm going on a UK tour to discover the history of...
Look how good I do it as well. I'm a natural. I'm like the guy, original, because you got to be a certain kind of MC to do the Ollie Ollie. You got to sound like a geezer.
Yeah. For sure.
Ollie. And he goes, oi. It's
but thank God his name was Oliver. I mean, can you imagine if it was Rajesh or if it was Sukhvinder? I just wouldn't have happened.
Or Shatrughan Sena.
Yeah.
Shatrughan Sena. Oi. It doesn't work.
Shatu.
You are.
Anyway.
On that note. Chakrabati.
Oh God! Thank God! I'm just happy that I wasn't in the days when you lot were out raving. I'm glad that I'm a bit younger and didn't hang around with you lot. Clearly, you had some issues when you were out.
No issues, Sach. No issues. Just it was fitting of the times just then.
That's it. Yes.
When are we meeting? Before we go,
we are meeting next week. I'll be back together now.
Yes.
We're together.
Yes. Has anyone got the birthday cake ready?
Yes. When is your birthday? It's coming up, isn't it?
Tomorrow.
Oh, if tomorrow never comes.
But the way this podcast drops means that it won't have existed.
Yeah, missed it. It's done. Yeah,
he misses his birthday.
There's no point even acknowledging it.
Yeah, but then I'm gutted that we didn't get together this week. Oh, Kedge, how bad do you feel?
Oh, here we go.
You're out of order, Kedge. It's all your fault.
Well, if you're around on Friday for a little cheeky meet-up, let's do that.
I'm doing Leicester Comedy Night Friday.
God, all right then, maybe.
And then I'm in Manchester on Sunday. So if you want to do any of that,
no.
Kedge, I'll meet you on Friday. Yeah.
See you later, mate.
Boys, have a great one. Sach, we will catch up. We'll have your birthday munch next week. All right.
Later.
Laters, boys.
Laters.